So
Right.
let's represent, right? Let's go straight in back to the old school. You boys played at Cockpit,
We
an
did.
amazing club in Leeds, and I know that we were speaking off camera the other night where there's a club in Sydney that closed down. But how
Many.
important are these venues to help bands, you know, with experimental sounds like yourself, find your own sound?
Well, they're integral. You know, that's kind of your workstation in a way. You know, the venues that's where you can find your voice, and you know they're integral for bands to kind of, you know. Yeah, the way you turned.
100%. No, let's we go further.
No,
We
we're
go
serious.
further. Yeah, 100%, man. Like, put it this way. You know, when bands first start, they're normally like kids, right? They're like 18, whatever. They haven't got any money, like, and no one pays them to play in these shows or anything. And none of their friends have any money, but their friends will come and support them, right? They can't afford to buy the drinks or whatever, but like clubs put them on. And they do it early so that they can like play and like do their thing, and then they go on and like maybe another night comes later, and like a slightly older crowd might come, and they got the money and they stay up until 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I'm talking about lockouts and stuff. That's the problem that we've got in Australia, is that like they're restricting how long. Not only are they closing clubs down, but they're also restricting how long the clubs that are open can stay open for.
So the people with the money can come spend.
Right. So I mean, it goes without saying that if all these clubs that are now closed down, if they never existed, like, then this probably wouldn't have happened. Like, and we're one of many stories where that wouldn't have come through.
Straight up.
What's fortunate, it seems like there's been a massive like explosion in the sounds of Australia. I mean, I'm talking Flume, big in the game, he had his time, you know what I mean? Yeah. Then you obviously just check. We're on first name terms.
Yeah.
But there's an explosion of Australian sounds, man. So I know that you're residing over at the moment.
Tame
But
Impala, King Gizzard, Splash, DMAs.
Sunset Sons are doing it. Will Smith as well, man.
Will Smith, Jimi
Temples.
Hendrix.
Temples are vibing. But what is it? What do you think it is?
Temples, they're from London.
Shut up.
Yeah, mate.
We're going to cut that. But we're going to keep that for banter. Nah, man, I thought Temples
Great band,
were
though.
Aussie. But no.
No. They're just kind of...
They feel inspired by Sun.
Well, they're a good vibe. Yeah, they're a great vibe. Yeah, we actually just split 12-inch with Temples. Where
You see, maybe that was what was drawing. Yeah, I'll try to dig out of it.
It's the first time in history that people are confusing English bands as being Australian rather than the other way around. So we feel
good save.
We felt complimented. Yeah.
Nicely done.
If I was on the Titanic, I wouldn't have been Rose going, "Don't let go, Jack," and kicked you off. You save me, I'll save you.
Put me
Thank you.
on that bloody cabinet, wouldn't you? Let her sink down to the bloody bottom of the ocean.
Bloody too right.
Yeah.
Off piece, massively.
Rewriting history.
Do you know what? Right, let's bring it back though, right? Because I genuinely believe, right, the sounds that you boys are putting together, right, it is like you hear your influences and inspirations, but you run with it so much. And I thought the first album, it was a beautiful like homage to your own respect of what you liked and experimenting. But this new sound's got like a maturity without being like trying to take itself too serious. It's got an almost like cheeky, seductive sense to it, man. You said you had 2 years to produce it, and you were in the limelight. Then it sort of dipped. But do you think that saving grace in that 2 years helped you give you time to develop your sound, so the pressure wasn't on, even though you had to follow up such a banging first album?
Yeah, and the places that we've been working in, like we've chosen places deliberately that are kind of like isolated, so that we're kind of at arm's length from the zeitgeist, so that, we went to this place in Australia that was like literally in the middle of fucking nowhere. We did the majority of the recording in a studio in France with no phone reception, no internet, so that it is just about kind of like us and where we've come from and the music that we love, and not about all this other bullshit that, you get fed in your Facebook feed or whatever,
That's respect, man, because, the first one went off and, seeing you at Glastonbury, and it just felt like you've got your own, like, following, you've got your own tribe, and I know you came out and, like, Noel Gallagher, people like that was bigging you up. We were speaking the other night, even so Tyler was bigging it up. I saw on your Facebook page, Coldplay listening to this new album. Does it ever get dizzying?
Well, I mean, they're like all sort of heroes of ours, and they're beautiful compliments. I mean, and they're incredibly talented people, I think. But I guess, like what you were saying, like the pressure about the second record and stuff, I think that you know, that pressure's good. Like, it's not a bad thing. It's like, okay, sweet, well, let's just make a fucking good record. You know, like, it's like, we can do this. Like,
That's
I
what it
think,
sounds like,
yeah, it's a bit like, you know, we're just gonna try our best. You know, like.
That's what it sounds like. That you felt like you were stepping to a plate and it was like
But we
you
still-
knew you had it and you walked into it and owned it.
I think we all kind of, and I think like mentioning those people that you just said that have been like we've been lucky to receive props from and stuff is like the reason why they've gotten to where they've been at is because they were like, all right, we want to do this, but we want to do it our way, and we're gonna dance to the beat of our own drum. And I think the way, in a way, we want to do it our way as well. You know, it's like Sinatra. You know.
Yeah.
Did it my way.
Mate,
Kind of thing.
art's in his name for a reason.
Yeah, straight up, straight up. He's a hero. But yeah, anyway, so I think that like, you know, that's a bit of a. It takes I suppose, a bit of courage or something to be like, we're gonna just do what we like. But I mean, at the same time, we're always thinking about people, and we're always thinking about how is this track gonna work in front of people, and like, you know, and like, can we write verses and choruses and stuff so that people not only feel them, but they also want to sing them, and you know, be with us, because we never want to completely go into our own heads. You know, it's always a conversation, a relationship. You know.